Hey, I got a quote for you today from your wiser advisor. You never know how a horse will pull until you hook him to a heavy load. That's kind of interesting, and so many people come to mind. I mean, President Reagan, Winston Churchill in particular, he was kind of down and out, and I read somewhere once that he was in his 60s and he was drinking whiskey with both hands and he was going to jump off the London Bridge. He couldn't do that now because recently I was on the London Bridge, and it's in Arizona. Who would have thunk that? Hey, I'm rambling, away we go, but it is a good quote. You never know how a horse will pull until you hook him up to a heavy load. So many people balk at that. You put the heavy load on them and they run away, right? They don't even touch the load, and so many people do the opposite. You got to keep an eye out for those good folks. They are around. Pepsi-Cola, Pelosi, whatever, however her name is pronounced, she condemns the president for despicable attacks on the representative of Maxine Waters. I mean, really. She said, President, how dare you treat her bad? But this is the woman who said, let's all of us commie guys attack these right-wing guys. If you see them in a restaurant or any place, in a dry cleaners, you go up and you call them names. You do something bad, right? And now you got the Pepsi lady saying, hey, that's not nice that you push back. I'm reminded of several years ago when I was in my car. I was parked. True story. I was parked and the car was running and I was reading my mail. And a woman came up and knocked on the window and she said, hey, you're doing a bad thing here. You're hurting the environment. Your car is running. And she was quite nasty. I looked at her and said, you're fat. And she was shocked. She jumped back and she went away. And pretty soon her husband came over and knocked on the window and he was, he said, my wife is crying. How dare you? And I said, hey, she was right. I'm bad for the environment. I shouldn't have my car running. I get it, but she's fat. I mean, she is. I mean, you shouldn't give it if you can't take it. What's fat got to do with anything? I said, is she good for the environment? She's eating chocolate bars and cheeseburgers with both hands. I mean, come on already. The healthcare costs are going up and everything else. That's bad. Again, don't tell me what to do if you can't take some of it back. If you can take it back, we'll all have a better life. Pepsi-Cola, she ain't good at that. $100 million apparently is what's going to cost the Canadian taxpayer, get it, for a whole group of new people that have crossed the border illegally in Canada. The new premier in Ontario, Mr. Ford, has said, hey, stop them at the border. Don't let them in. The Prime Minister says, I'll let them in if I want, and they're coming in. And some people said $10 million is the initial amount of money, but they say, the same people do say it's going to go upwards to 100 million smackers. Really? I mean, apparently there's only 800 of them. I don't know how you get up to that price. I'll tell you what, though, I will do. Take 800, book your airfares in advance, maybe $300. It comes out to 24 grand. Throw in a contingency as $30,000. I will write a check for $30,000, buy them plane tickets and send them home. That'd be nice. Give me a call, some government guy, and I'll send you the money. I mean, these people need to come in legally if they're going to come at all. They just keep walking across the border, and you got premiers and other people saying, we can't handle this. Who's going to pay for this? Oh, the taxpayer, penalize him again and beat him up. Let him come in legally like everybody else, right? But the prime mistake, he's just in another zone. But get rid of these people and bring them back in properly, and I'll pay to get them out of here. Somebody call me, take me up on that. That'd be kind of neat. Lastly, for the day, missiles built with American technology were sold to China by President Clinton, funded by billions of American dollars, were given to Iran, bad grammar, by President Obama. Warheads of American uranium was sold to Russia by Hillary Clinton. Somehow or another, President Trump was the terrorist. Duh, 2 + 2 = 9 in the mind of a Democrat. In the Democrat's head. I said mind. I'm sorry. They don't have a mind. Y'all come back here tomorrow. Get a more for you from the right. See ya.